Oh yeah, call before you come home. Oh yeah, let me see if I can do this. Blues and News of Brother Jacob. That was well. First, let me say this. I was playing Sweet 16 by the late great King of the Blues, B.B. King. But call before you come. That's my special guest, who I'm so happy that we've got with us this evening that we'll be talking with. That is my special guest, none other than Mr. Gerod Rayborn. How you doing, Gerard Rayborn? Can you hear me okay?
Yes, sir, brother Jacob. I'm doing fine, man. I hear you loud and clear, Memphis, Tennessee. Loud and clear, dog.
All right now. How you been doing, Mr. Rayborn? How you been doing throughout this pandemic and everything? How you been
Man,
holding up?
we've been taking it slow and praying and staying safe, but hey, we still been working, man. We just trying to stay focused. Even in the pandemic, we just recently uh, uh, released a brand new video, so it's doing well. We reached our goal in a couple weeks, man. It's doing good. But hey, man, I'm just excited about what we doing. Even though we can't do much, but when it clear up a little bit, I should be on up the road a little bit further. So we just investing time and waiting on this stuff. This too shall pass. So we just hoping it COVID go back to where it came from, and we can get back to our everyday lives and careers the way it was meant to be.
Yes, yes, that's right. Yes, I'm right there with you, and we, I'm hoping that for the best for everybody, and that we all stay safe and can get back to normal. Um, but I'm so excited. So okay, I gotta give a shout out to Florence Watson because she turned me on to your music.
I thank God for that's our friend. She's on my team, Miss Watson, Miss Flores Watson. We from the same hometown. I think she's originally from Chicago, but she moved out here and she got to know me and she said, I've been working so diligently but for other folks behind the scene and she see how now I'm working for myself and she said, hey, I like what you're doing. I'm gonna push you and we just become to be the best of friends. So thank you, Miss Watson.
Yeah, yes. Shout out to our friend Miss Florence Watson. I gotta ask you. I would love to for you to tell all the listening audience. I want to start and ask you. Can you tell us where were you born and raised, and talk to me a little bit about your musical upbringing. What kind of music you were listening to? So, can you tell us a little bit about that?
Okay, man, I got pictures when I was 7, 8 years old with guitars in my hand. My dad just kept on giving them to me. My father, which was a member of the Rayburn Brother Quartet with his brothers, and I was a baby. I just watched them, and man, you know how the little country church be kind of hard. We used to play our fans like for guitars, and they saw we had an interest in being like the other older guys, and they kept on giving me guitars and kept on giving me guitars. So eventually, I started practicing and started making a little progress. And so when I got about 17, they we rehearsed about a year because we started making progress, and we got good enough to play for our father and them. That was a big accomplishment because we always looked up uh, to the elderly, my father, his brothers. My father couldn't play, but his brothers could play, and I just wanted to be, they were sounding good and looking good, and I just wanted to do it, man. And I just kept on practicing, got better and better and better. They showed me how proud they were of us stepping up. So hey, I got an early start with the Raven Brother Quartet, and then stayed with my father them a long time, and then I moved to another family group with the Sensational Strong family, and man, we start doing our own music. So we started writing and arranging and recording at 21, 20 in the studio. We started going on tour with some of the bigger artists, going for the Williams Brothers and Truthets, and we just tried traveling Chicago, for Brother Burden and stuff like that. So we just got that experience and doing our own things and start hearing yourself on radio and having a creative mind. It just was the beginning of me. Then I was in school. I was in the band, and I love jazz and I love music. So then my creative mind started just started drifting for. created my own style and own way, and I just and I was actually at jury duty one day, and with nothing to do, and I was too old for rap, and so I started writing songs, kind of lyrics, and it's kind of like it came to pass, like almost like accident. I didn't have anything to do, and so as I started writing little jingles and stuff, and man, I started actually writing for other people's, and they start asking me for my work, like Denise LaSalle. She's one of the biggest artists I wrote for. I wrote "Pay Before You Pump" for her, and it's going
And
down.
that's one of our favorites. So I was see now you really now wait a minute now you really you must have a camera over here looking at my interview questions.
No, I'm just telling you, I just love what I do. That's why they ask me, because it's all types of blues and stuff. That's I love my blues, whether it's fast, slow. I'm just telling you what I write and what I see, and I go to the concerts and I write what people see. It's all ages, so I just write. I write what if it feels good, I just write it. It's a good story, and so I had good friends. Lil Milton, we took a liking to me and he encouraged me, and the late great Mel Waiters, he took a liking to me, just gave me some encouraging words. As a matter of fact, I dedicated my new video after my friend. I have several friends, but he encouraged me. He said, "Ray, you got your own style, you got your own style, and keep doing what you're doing." He said, "Eventually, you're gonna be putting up at the same venues as us." So we had a good time. He just believed in, he had a couple songs that he really wanted, and I said, "No, let me just write this up." I had a song called "Get Your Eyes Off My Woman." He wanted that song so bad. But no, we didn't. I couldn't let him have it. But I told him I'd write him one. But we didn't get a chance to work. But he always just encouraged me, man. So
Wow.
the rest is history. So I got so many songs on other people's, but it's my time to shine now.
Well, that's right. Yes, absolutely. And woo, wait a minute. You done threw down some names that I gotta circle back to in a minute. Cause you can't drop those names just like that on us. Um, I who tell me this when you were there when you were growing up? Cause you said okay. I know you were growing up. You started out in your father's gospel quartet group, and I
Uh
love
huh.
me. I gotta say, by the way, I gotta give a shout out to the gospel quartet music because I love
That's
me
a
some gospel quartet music.
that's a good
And
foundation there.
yes, you know it. Love me some Lee Williams and Canton Spirituals and all those good
Man,
folks. That's what I'm talking about.
yeah, we toured with all them. I mean, I was a little baby, a little young guy, but yeah, we traveled with them, the William brothers, and I had kind of like made that circle. I wasn't the front man, but I was sharing the stage and just I like, man, this is nice, but let me get on the road, but it was nice
So,
being with you.
well, let me ask you this: so, when you were growing up, who's like a couple of your favorite artists? Doesn't matter the
What,
genre,
so,
but who are some of your favorite artists,
man, my favorite artist, well,
or maybe biggest influences on
okay, okay, the William brothers for his gospel, the
Okay,
William brothers for his gospel, and I love Marvin Cease. I never tried to be like him. I did understand his style, and I love his style, but I never tried to be like him because he have a quartet background, and even though he did soul music, that's soul music, but you just can feel the words and the stories were well put together, and I kind of admire them. So
yeah. I
yeah,
didn't
I like.
realize I didn't realize Marvin Cease had a quartet background.
Yes, he did. He
Woo!
sung that. And Jacob, let me show you something, man. I thought my daddy couldn't play, but both of my great grandfathers on my mama's side and my daddy's side, or both my great grandfathers played traditional traditional blues. So this CD that I'm working on right now. I'm going to the traditional. I'm gonna dedicate that to my two grandfathers, and I got a jacket recently done with their pictures on the back of it with me. That's in my DNA. Because I was wondering why am I doing this? Why am I doing this right here? It's something deep within. Because Lil Milton, he didn't. I had an event. He came up, and I got my brothers and my son played in my band. and he didn't know I could play guitar. And he said, "Son, you need to never, don't care how many people playing in your band, you're supposed to do that because that's your talent and that's your voice." And he told me something. He said, "That's gonna be your best friend if you had a concert that you kind of oversung yourself." He said, "You can save your voice because they want to hear the guitar and they want to hear you. So you can get a break." And that was so true because actually when you're playing good soul blues, hey, they want to hear that guitar. That guitar is a voice as well. So if you got both of them down pack and work both of them, it work to your advantage. So that's what I'm going to bring out the other side of me, real soon. But
Wow.
I love my blues. It's soul blues, but I'm going to go a little traditional. And actually, Kingfish, the world-renowned Kingfish, that's my nephew. So, but actually, we've been doing different types of music. But man, he's out there, and I admire him. And matter of fact, I'm writing a couple songs for him because his first album, man, uh, was Grammy, and I think Buddy Guy had a lot of influence on him as well. So I'm just trying to get a little further up the road and be some of the legends. I look forward to even maybe me even meeting Buddy Guy one day. Coming up to when they're hanging out in Chicago, and I know he travel a lot, but hey, everything is possible.
Well, yes, right. Anything is possible, and but I don't think you're gonna have a problem with some of the folks that you have been able to encounter throughout the years, down through the years, as you mentioned. And I want to talk a little more about Lil Milton and Denise LaSalle and Bill
Okay.
Colday. Um, but you also played, didn't you? Weren't you a member of the Sanctuary Band for the Reverend
Yes.
Al Green?
Yes. I was. Matter of fact, a couple of my band members are still over there as we speak right to now. Yes, the bishop. The bishop.
Yeah.
Yeah, my best friend, he's still over there. Matter of fact, my background singer's over there. We still have a good connection. And the bishop, he's we still good friends. I would like to get a song on him one day. But Bill Corday, the legendary Bill Corday, gave me my start. So I want to let that go on record. He gave me my start.
How did
So
Bill Kodak give you your start? Because tell me this. Wait, before you even get into that, I want to, because I really want to know how did what made you do the jump from, or I don't know if you did a jump or not, but from gospel to the blues. Do you still
what
do gospel sometimes, or did you just switch all the way to the
Well,
blues?
I've always been active in my church, but I wasn't doing. Matter of fact, my gospel group, we was kind of professional drive, and most of all the guys, first cousins, and two of them has passed, but before all of them started preaching God's word, and look, I got a poster back there on one, and I knew all of us was working. I'm like, man, ain't but two of us left, and I said, I want to do something else. So I was going to start chasing my dream. I'm back in 1996. Uh, I'm looking up. We did a show with Willie Clayton, uh, Lynn White, and myself and Bobby Rush, and like things were happening. It was happening so fast for me, brother Jacob. And I thought the Lord was going to call me to preach, but he just letting me. The thing was happening so fast for me, but blowing my mind. But I got that good government job, man. I just really couldn't travel the way I really wanted to travel. But that's why I was like, you know, when Denise asked me, you know, you know, Denise and me and Bill, just she know that Bill come from Denise and Denise come from Bill, and it's all tied in together, man. But hey, man, I'm just excited for just to have that. That I did. I was able, like I said, I was connected. Now, my first song I recorded, not that I recorded, I wrote. The legendary Queen Golden. You know Queen Golden.
Oh yeah, I know about Quinn Golden. Yes.
Okay, so Quinn Golden, I was recording my CD there, and he had just got his deal. So my writing started by accidentally because he had just got the deal, and he said, "Hey man, you got a couple good songs," and he said, "I just got a deal with a big company," and he told me, he said, "Man, I promise you, if you let me have these songs, and I would." I'm gonna bring you in with me. I'm like, man, I have to spend my money. With you, he said, man, if you let me have these two songs, and I promise you, I'm gonna bring you in with me. And so I talked to the head man over there. They liked the song, and my very first song that I ever wrote, well, they made it the title cut, and that made me a little proud, because you can get lost in the shuffle, but when your record is the the title cut, that made me feel like I'm a giant. You know what I'm saying? It really gave me some encouragement for my first song to be the title cut of the of CD on Queen Golden. So that gave me a lot of inspiration.
Absolutely, absolutely. I gotta. So let me ask you this. So when you were talk to me, I want you to talk to us a little bit. You mentioned Denise LaSalle, Lil Milton, and Bill Cody, and how they've helped you out, and you were working with them. Can you tell us what were they like as individuals, as people to work with? What was it like working with them?
Man, it was magical. I was a little nervous, but Denise approached me because I had did all of it connected. I had did such a good job on Carl Sims. I did a nice song. I liked his place, and also I did a song on myself called was 24 Hours, and she liked it, my song, and she asked me could I do that even after I had gave her the three songs, and that was the last song. She said, all right. I said I had wrote her a song that nobody had but her, and I had a particular song on my album. She said I like it's kind of cute. I like it 24 hours, and she asked me could she do it, but I was a little nervous. She said, son, you got something. She said I came to you. Just be yourself. I'm the queen, but she said, but you got something, and I want you. She said, I'm the queen. I was a little nervous, but when she told me, she said, I asked you. You didn't ask me. She said, and I kind of got a little comment. I just business and everything just fell around. I thought about it. She did ask me. Why should I be nervous?
Oh yes, but wow, I miss Denise LaSalle. That
Ooh, I do
she
too.
was a wonderful, a wonderful lady, wonderful person. I,
Yes.
I what now? I always wanted to know this. What's the what are some differences that you have experienced from being on the gospel scene versus on the blues scene? What are some differences, or maybe there aren't any? I don't know, but is it what was it like?
Well,
Versus
but, but
gospel versus blues. What's it like?
well, it's love on both sides. But when you uh, on the gospel thing, you have a the question now it's business on both sides, but most times you dealing with family group. We go to Chicago or something. It's not a lot. Back in the day when I was experiencing, it's not a lot. You couldn't make a living, but just part that living. We just could cover our expenses and go somewhere, and maybe get $1,000. We buy lunch and we get $100 a piece, and we just look forward to the next program. It wasn't our living, so we just give God the credit, and we just fellowship with no friends, and that's why we do anniversaries and traveling. I remember one night we was in Florida. We was at some part of Florida. Us and uh uh who was down there? It was KC and JoJo. They was what they were saying with their father, but we had to be in Chicago uh that Saturday night, and we left the stage in Florida and drove all the way to Chicago. But when you got five drivers, you could do that because we had a double tank and we just ran. But it was a family thing. We were just dreaming, living our dream and fellowship, and we just singing and brotherhood. It wasn't a living, but now it could be a living because it's a different level. But when I was doing it, we get us a $1,200 or $1,500. We'll get us some dinner and we'll break it down when we get home, and it might be $150 or something like that. But it was more of a love. Now on this side here's more business. It's more business because when you they've treated a little bit more. You ain't gonna move without some type of agreement or a contract or this type of. You know what I'm saying? It's just more business on this side, and they kind of respect it. Everybody want a deal, but you can make a decent part time living on this side. So that what made me kind of because you professional. I said, these people asking me for this, and I knew what they was charging doing some of the songs that I did, and I said, okay, I can go out the weekend and pay my band and stuff like that. It started working out for me. So it's more business, and then you got a more worldwide. Uh, the internet, everything has changed, but it's working in your favor a little bit. But more, you got people that can make a decent living, depending on how far your vision is. And but I never go back and forgot my roots. I just recently, because I'm in the company, I still write for the company, and they said, hey, we got a gospel album out. Matter of fact, I helped them uh, recruit some of the
And,
people that
and,
they have on the
and
gospel.
when you say
I,
company, I just want to make sure everyone knows. When you say company, you're talking about Echo Records.
Echo Records.
All right.
I wanted the staff writers there, and I've been there for years, diligently. You know what I'm saying? So I got to get the inside scoop of the compilations. Who's next? So they always say this person is next. Do you have anything? Do you have anything? I got plenty of ideas. That's why most of the albums have two or three or four or five, at least two or three songs on all the artists. So when I get
Mm.
off work, I'll be he'll call me, tell me who's next, and then while I'm at working, I'm thinking about the next person, you know. And so that's why I had a relationship with them. But actually, that what made me more of a staff writer with them with
Uh,
Echo Records. And I thank them for giving me the opportunity to shine and get known all across the world, you know. But it's really working for me, man, to get out of me my work. I love my blues and all them songs, and it's just doing real good now. I got new management. My new manager, just taking my vision to another level. DJ Mo Knox, he got his nice radio station as well. What you say radio? So he's helping me with my vision, making my proposals right, and we're just looking forward to taking everything to the next level.
Wonderful. I like that. Wonderful. Wonderful. I gotta. Let me ask you this.
Hmm.
What talk to me about the songs that you write. So what is it that you needed? Like, how do you get into your songwriting mood? Does it just come to you naturally, or is it
It
something
come
that? Oh, go ahead.
it comes to me naturally. I'm on a roll. I don't it don't be completed, but I can if I'm feeling real good, I can do six or seven. The most I did one day is 10, not complete, but just good, strong ideas. And when I get to the piano or to the guitar, I just go on and fine tune it. But a melody come in my now I got the device on my phone, and sometimes the melody comes out singing in my phone, and it just it's just natural. It's a natural gift, and I thank God that He's gave me. I just try to be commercial. Some things I saw, like I did that song for the Lisa said, "Pay before you pump," and I've
Yeah,
been seeing it. You know,
that's
I
some of our listeners' favorite songs. I've got to give them a shout out, Linda Franks and Sandra Dean. I know they love that song. Pay, you got to pay before you pump.
I told him I'm tax exempt though, but you know what I'm saying? Because I wrote it, but yeah,
Well, but so I okay. I love my blues. There's a Nosy Neighbors. Who wrote no? Did you write Nosy Neighbors?
man, I write everything that I on my album. I write. I write all. So if I write for other people, know I got to write mine. But yeah, I did that. And matter of fact, just a couple of days ago, 2 days ago, it was like I know I'm growing a little bit. God's elevated me, but I was looking at some on TikTok, and this lady was watching some. I said, put my name in, and it was so when you brought that up on TikTok, man. This young lady was singing my song. It was like, well, my voice, but she was singing my song. Then they had these dogs running from the window like they was nosy neighbors. It was funny, but I did not know. I did not know I was on TikTok. People singing my music. You know, I'm a hustler. It's like I said, man, it's crazy, but I thank God for every opportunity. But it was really it blew my mind. I didn't it happened by accident. I just found out 2 days ago that Knows the Neighbors on TikTok and some of the fans all over that is going viral. You know, that's yeah. I wrote that
That's
because you got to know the neighbor. You had one, or you gonna get one.
well. That's I love. That's awesome, and that's great. And I'm glad that your people are picking up on you because you've got a great talent, and man, I tell you, I'm really enjoying the music I'm hearing from you. And I know I've got a couple. I've got quite a few music. I think I just got some in the mail too. I've been listening to, but man, this you are just awesome. I gotta ask you when you so thinking about your years on the back end of the music business and really working on the in the behind the scenes. What what kind of lessons have you learned so far? Being out here in this music industry, and maybe what kind of advice would you give to someone who wanted to get in the music industry?
Well, first of all, believe in yourself. Believe that you can do it. If you believe it, you can achieve it. And then learn the business. Learn the business. You got to have a love for it. 'Cause everything that you do, you're not gonna make money off of. But once you love what you do, and learn the business, and the business take care of you. But you know, everybody's kind of like out for self because the songs that a lot of songs that the Nosy Neighbors, I did that. That's on my first CD, and sometimes that might be 7 years. And it began with the internet and the meeting with Miss Watson and my new manager. See, I was on my job and I was doing it part time. So therefore, it's still new that you hadn't heard it. See what I'm saying? Those songs are surfacing now. I did that 7 years ago. Call Before You Come. I did that seven years ago.
Oh yeah, that's
But
a jam right there. Call
but
before you come.
but so now the something I needed and the some of the songs I'm doing that Finders Keeper, those are new songs. But now my old music is catching up because of the internet. I got fans that's finding me the YouTube. They finding you and say, hey, because if I tell them, I practice on the best. So if I practice on the best, they start looking and they want to start looking for my YouTube on my YouTube. They see my other stuff. You say, I like that. I like that. I didn't know you, but my work speaks for itself. So once they put their ear on it, I got them. If you listen to it, I got you. So if you bring them to the store, they'll buy it. They'll buy something. You know what I'm saying? So, but I bring them to the store. Now, once they go look at the video, and hey, I do have a brand new YouTube, Gerod Rayborn, a YouTube channel, and they can check out the music and my new video. Matter of fact, part two is dedicated to the late great Mel Waiters.
Well, and thank you for mentioning that because that's what I wanted to get to. I want to make sure we put this information out there. How can the people out there listening get your music? How can they buy it? How can we support Gerard Rayborn? How can we support
Okay.
you?
Well, all the digital outlets, it's available. All the apples and when they get all the music that all the downloads is there. Gerard Rayburn. Also, you can just go to Echo Records, www.echorecords.com. They got a magazine, or you can call them area code 901-320-9250. That's Echo Records, www.echorecords.com. So they can order there the whole CDs or single CDs. They'll mail you a catalog of all the other artists that we're dealing with. And I give before we get out here, I give you my manager number for bookings, and a little bit later on when I get ready when we leave. But I'm enjoying this with you, brother Jacob.
Yeah, yeah. I want to know. So you also said that you're working on a new project for 2021. Is that right?
Yes, yes, sir, brother Jacob. I'm in the process of cutting more traditional. Like this is soul blues, what you call southern soul blues. It's kind of in between, but a little more raw blues, a little more traditional blues. I want to do a tap into the international. And I talked to my nephew and the other peoples who doing it. I study some of the older peoples, and I just love that traditional sound because my great grandfathers, both of them was traditional blues singers, and I have one of my great grandfather's guitars, a couple guitars. They was passed down to me, and just a legacy. Uh, it's in my DNA. I want to tap in on that, trying to go with BB and the Milton and Buddy Guy and just I mean just I want to be try to be leave my own legacy and go international.
All right now, hey, there ain't nothing wrong with that, and it all sound good. I tell you right now, what I've listened to, it definitely sound real good. So I know you do some traditional blues. I know it's gonna sound good too, but good.
Yes.
And what's the? Can we get a? Do you have a name yet for this project that you planning to release?
No, I probably, I don't know. I probably gonna dedicate it. I know I'm gonna dedicate it to my grandfathers because both of them. I have a picture. I know I started my artwork. Both of my great lessons, which is my mother's grandfather and my daddy's grandfather, which is my great grandfather on both sides. I probably write a song about uh, it's in my DNA that made me act this way.
What was your name of your great grandfather?
Well, matter of fact, my first whole name is Douglas Gerod Rayborn, and I actually was named after my great grandfather, Douglas Rayborn, and he influenced me so much on how he taught, and my grandfather and looked up to them, but I named my publishing company after my great grandfather, Papa Doug, what we call it Papa Doug. So his name is Douglas Rayborn. So I named my publishing company after Papa Doug Music, which is mine. And then my other one is Reese Bowen. And he played the piano and the guitar. So both of them played the guitar, and one of them played the piano and the guitar.
So,
So I haven't really named it the CD yet, but I think I'm gonna say probably it's in the blood.
oh wow! So y'all got the blues. You're right. It is in the blood. It's in your DNA. That's so okay. Wow, great grandfather, or two of them. Then you also have Kingfish, who's your nephew.
Hmm.
Y'all, wow, man, I'm afraid of y'all. I'm afraid of y'all. Oh man. So let me ask you this. I think I'm gonna start doing this in all my interviews. One thing I hear from I like to say is, if you want something or you claim something, you just gotta speak it into existence.
Yes.
What's one thing that you're hoping to accomplish? And you've talked about going overseas, going international. Is there anything that you want to speak into existence that you hope that comes for you, especially in the year 2021?
Man, just to be respected and loved and let my work speak for myself. I've contributed so much energy and so much work towards others, and I know the Lord gonna bless because I'm a giver, and I gave away a lot of good songs that I could have kept, but a lot of people say, but hey, but the check is coming in, so I'm not. Then I can also go back and do it anytime, but I'm a giver, so I think the Creator will bless me with a creative mind. He already blessed me with a creative mind. But if I could just take this to another level, I will give him credit and honor everything I do. So I do trust him and I serve him. So I know it's already done. I just got to do a little more work. It's already done. So I'm just walking in his favor.
I know that's right. I know that's right. Wow. Can you tell us? So I guess is before we go, is there anything that you want our listeners? Is there anything else that you want them to know about you or what you got going on? Is there anything that you want the listening audience to know? We got people listening all over the country this evening.
Well, I tell you what, I just let you just get behind my sound. Give me a chance. Um, because like I said, I am a giver. If you go and on my YouTube channel, you can check out some of the things that we're doing and done, and it's very catchy. And I love for you to just keep tell people about me, and hopefully we get a chance to come to your town, and I'm looking forward. I feel like Brother Jacob, I already know you, so I got cousins in Chicago. So when I do come that way, when after this pandemic, we gonna hook up and just talk hey man, like I said, I'm looking forward to coming that way. And like I said, I'm gonna give you information with my manager and my booking agency if somebody needs to get in touch with us. But
Go ahead and you can give it to everyone if you want to tell everyone
okay,
how to
okay,
get in contact with you, and if
okay,
they want to book you or buy your music. Go ahead, give them all that information one more time.
okay. I tell you what, if you want to buy my music, you can go to Echo Records, www.echorecords.com. The number there is 901-320-9250. And you can just do that. And hey, for the booking of Gerard Rayborn, you contact my manager. You can almost email him at What You Say Radio. What You Say Radio. That's my manager, DJ. Yeah, yeah, Mo Knox. His name is Mo Knox, DJ Mo Knox. His number,
Yeah.
his number is 570-905-6599. That's 570-905-6599. That's I almost call him Brother Knox too, but the DJ Mo Knox, that's my manager. Y'all can contact him. And man, we just man, I'm glad. Hey, Miss Watson, I'm so glad Miss Watson hooked us up, man. Brother Jacob,
Oh
and man,
yeah.
I'm really liking this, man. And
Yes.
I know we'll do it again, but I'm really loving it.
Yes, well, absolutely, and I'm glad you took the time to talk with us this evening. I appreciate that, and I'm glad too. I'm glad she told me about your music because I'm enjoying it quite a bit. Um, Gerard Rayborn, thank you so much for talking with us today, and what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna make sure we play them. I love my blues. We're gonna play some blues for them, including that one. We're gonna play it for them tonight, as soon as we get off. But thank you again. It's been great talking with you this evening, and it's really been a pleasure, just chatting with you.
Well, thank you, Brother Jacob, for everything. Like I said, y'all can go on Gerard Rayburn YouTube channel. That's GerodRayborn YouTube channel. You can catch the new video. I love my blues part two and part one. And I thank y'all in advance for just keep your ears and eyes on Gerard Rayburn because hey man, we finna do it. And I appreciate you, brother
Well,
Jacob.
thank you, and I appreciate you too. And anytime you need anything, you let me know, okay?
Okay, thank you, man. Be Facebook friends and we definitely keep in touch. Thank you, man.
All right, yeah, absolutely. Thank you. You take care.
Okay, thank you, Doc. Bye bye.
All right, bye bye. That was Gerard Rayborn, and we were just on the air with Gerard Rayborn.